I thought I'd be finished this before I started. But no, Project Redfoot, hello. Oh, that's from an hour ago. Okay. No one will see that apart from me, but that's cool. All right, I'm just finishing a video here. Now, is this like the closing comments for a video? Won't take me long. Okay. Is that framed up right? That seems to be framed up right. Correctly, I should say. Is that Heine and Megalich? Hello, chaps. Making a Christmas martini. If my audio recorder ever comes on. There we go, it came on. There we go. Get my Christmas martini from over here. And here is our suitably festive Christmas martini. That's one of the rules for the hashtag Christmas Martini 2022 challenge. One, you use that hashtag. Two, you serve in a martini glass. Three, you make it festive. So that's why I've got Santa and Rudolph on there. As for naming this creation, I was thinking of doing something about Rudolph's nose because of the red glow. I was thinking like Rudolph's glow or something. But then I'd initially come up with the idea, Santa's blush. And I just like that. Why is Santa blushing? What has happened to make Santa blush? I don't know. But I'm calling this Santa's blush. And now I'm going to taste it, actually, for the first time. Oh, that's really pleasant. I mean, I thought that would be good. That is really easy drinking. And that might look a bit low. This is just a huge martini glass. I promise, that's 2.5 ounces of gin. I'm not being mean to myself. It's just a very big glass. If I fill this up a bit more, this holds a lot. So I'm going to stick with this for now, or I'll be well out of it when Santa's around doing stuff. And I want to catch him this year. And I hope to catch you on the YouTubes and socials as time goes by. If you've not already done, check out the hashtag Christmas Martini 2022. There's a lot of really interesting drinks. If you're looking for Christmas drink ideas, this is my second one. I'm going to go off and enjoy it now. Wish you all the best of the season. Hope to see you again soon. But until I see you again, cheers. All right, my Christmas martini. Hello, Celtic. Now I'll switch this stuff off. I may or may not also do a short video tonight. I probably won't, actually, because I'm quite a bit ahead with videos. So what I'm going to do is move this and switch that light off. I just think that looks better. And here I am. Oh, look, I've shrunk. I have shrunk. Oh, here we go. A bit better? That's a bit better. That's a bit better. All right. Christmas martini. Cheesy. Oh, I think they're meant to go on cakes or cookies or something. And I've stuck them to my martini glass. I'm very classy. Wow, that is quite pleasant. Nice. I mean, probably an 8 out of 10. I'd have it again. I'm not going to rush to make it again. It's very seasonal and an impulse, basically. But it's nice. I definitely recommend it. So, a good. And this thing, time got away from me. At one point, I was thinking I had heaps of time. I've got 10 minutes. This will only take me 2 minutes. And then I faffed around and time ran around. I was like, oh, God, I really want to take a piss before the stream. Never got the chance to. We'll see if I hold on. I may have to duck out for a quick wee break. We shall see how I go this evening. Oh, I can take that banner off, can't I? Get rid of the ban. Honey, taking peels. Get a headache. Oh. Medicate thyself. Yeah. I didn't. Yeah, I didn't even take headache tablets. I had a couple drinks on Friday. I didn't go way over the top. I didn't even take headache tablets the next day. I probably needed to sleep more. I was a bit the whole day. And several times during the day, I thought I should go and lie down for a while, whether it's 15 minutes, half an hour, an hour. And then I just kept going, oh, no, just fucking soldier on. And then you'll sleep really well tonight. And yeah, I was worried if I had a nap in the afternoon, it would fuck up my sleep last night. And then I'd be sort of no better off today, still feeling tired. Think that was it. Okay, Celtic King. Okay, you're making a joke. Here, orgasms work for headaches. Well, this is a thing that happened to me quite a few years ago. Okay, and again, this was a slightly awkward thing to go to the doctor about. It was a particular sort of migraine cluster headache, and having an orgasm actually felt like someone put an axe through my fucking head. Like it fucking hurts so fucking much. And yeah, so I thought, I am going to have to go and talk to a doctor about this. What is this? And I explained it to a doctor, and he said, yeah, there's a name. I forget what the name was, but it's a known thing. It's a type of stress-induced cluster headache, pseudo-migraine. And yeah, an orgasm. It's got to do with the blood vessels tightening up, causing agonizing pain. So the treatment I got for it wasn't pain relief. It was something that was, I think it was, dilate the blood vessels that were under too much stress. So I didn't get this thing. So there you go. There's a little bit of trivia you probably didn't think you were going to get today, Celtic King. Your little lightheartedness, orgasm work for headaches? Not necessarily. Some headaches, they're very bad. So was that, Heidi? You posted to Reddit UFO believers. Testing out a lens, something decided to scoot through. I don't think you can put links in the chat, actually. Oh man, this is actually really quite nice. Very light and bright. A little bit of complexity in there. A little bit of sweetness. Did you join my Discord, Heine? You could give me a link on Discord, and then I could potentially share it. What do I have in Discord? All right, that's there. So there you go. It was a surprise, Celtic King. It's a very specific thing. Apparently it's, oh God, my internet's fucking up. Okay, hopefully this is temporary. This happens sometimes.
Usually only once, and it usually resolves itself within a minute. I think we're back. So hopefully, yeah, I just got a little thing that the signal was attenuating. It's just like, oh no, come back, internet, come back. And my on-screen evidence is the internet is back. So hopefully that's stable there. Now, it's my newest cocktail book. I still haven't made anything out of it. I haven't even read it, actually. What's in the intro? Preface by Will Girara. I don't know who that is. Doesn't maybe set a forward. Oh, David Wondrich did the forward. David Wondrich is a big name. So what? Okay, what does this first guy say? Greetings, dear reader. Although you don't know it yet, you're about to get Leo'd, and I couldn't be happier for you. What? You don't know what that means? Don't worry, you haven't missed the latest pop culture trend or internet meme. Getting Leo'd is a phrase we use at Make It Nice, the company that comprises our restaurants and bars. In its purest form, it describes the following. Once in a while, one of us or a member of our team will show up at work blear-eyed and disheveled, which is neither normal nor acceptable in the organization. Inevitably, the shorthand explanation for this sorry and hilarious side is, I got Leo'd last night. It's named after our kick-ass bar director, Leo Robacek, spontaneously treating us to a magical night bouncing from favourite haunt to another, until we realised much too late time had breezed by. So, Leo, force of nature. Celtic King, no, I am nobody. If you mean a book about cocktails, absolutely not, because I am nobody in the cocktail world. And there are a plethora of books written by people with decades experience who really know their shit. Okay, how to use this book reflects my style of bartending. Service menu. Ingredients. Tools. Okay, so it's got a lot of helpful stuff about tools you should have. Glassware and ice. Building drinks. Ooh, here's a fun one. 11 non-negotiables for a nomad bartender. Greet every guest with a warm smile and a menu upon arrival. Maintain a clean and composed appearance as a bar and as an individual. Take pride in our craft by properly measuring, mixing, and garnishing every cocktail. Understand our food and beverage knowledge as true professionals. Acknowledge and serve every guest, even when not in your station. Label checks and assure we are accurate with all our transactions. Remember, we're on stage here to create a welcome environment and to entertain. Respect all our spaces, colleagues, and tools. Build rounds of drinks to ensure quality, speed, and accuracy. When we can, we are cleaning, labeling, marrying, organizing the back bar. Push to be better than we were yesterday. That's actually kind of boring, honestly. Aperitifs. I really want aperitifs. I want something really boozy. What other sections do they have in here? Actually, it's probably an index at the front. Maybe. Here we go. Light-spirited, dark-spirited, classics. I think I'll look at dark-spirited, starting on page 113. All right. Manhattan variation. Grapefruit bitters, vermouth, Coqui Americano, Pierre Ferrand, apple brandy. So that's like a brandy Manhattan, basically. Doesn't sound bad. Actually looking for a recipe that uses a bit of sweet vermouth to make something for a barrel. A Bardouin, a tequila Manhattan with mole flavors, orange bitters, mole bitters, creme de cacao, sherry, sweet vermouth, Amaro, tequila. Holy fuck. That sounds really interesting. I don't think I have enough tequila to do that, actually. I don't have a lot of tequila. That's the one spirit. That's the spirit I know least about and have the least opinions on. I tend to only have, I think I've got a Reposado tequila and an Añejo tequila over there. Yeah, it's the one that I know least about. Hello and hello, Kirsten. What's a Beaufort? Bourbon, dry vermouth, Amaro, and cucumber. Amaro, Dolan de Chambre, dry vermouth, bourbon and dry vermouth and Amaro. Yeah, I guess that's a Manhattan variation. Husband packed the whole house. Wow. So you're really happening with this move then. Are you still going into work at Archie? Because I sent your Christmas cocktail to the Archie address you gave me. B lavender infused honey syrup, lemon juice, koki, Scotch whiskey, and birch tree, sarsaparilla, tincture. No, I don't want that. Bitches brew, mole bitters, simple syrup, coffee. I don't like coffee. Oh, you won a competition with Cappy. Well, that's good people to win a competition with. For those who don't know, Cappy make excellent mixes. An Australian company make excellent mixes. Do tell about the competition and how you won. A blacktail Scotch sour, yuzu, bit of absinthe, rum, lemon, banana, rum, and wow. I could do that without the lemon juice, without the sour. So then it's a bit more of an old-fashioned. Damn. Blistered in the sun, rye-based tiki drink. Passion fruit, lemon juice, agave syrup, sherry, and rye whiskey. That's interesting. I love that. You're getting 4 bottles of tequila, which brings your tequila collection up to 4 bottles. Celtic King, in terms of mixes, it depends what you're making, which is a bit of a cop-out answer. There's 2 really good Australian brands. Cappy makes some really good sodas. They do ginger ale, ginger beer as well. Who's this? I'm sorry. So I'm going to give you a proper answer because I've got some here in the fridge. I have to move these things away from the fridge door, actually, in case I want to get to it. Move that. Strange Love. I just remembered it just before I got it. This is Strange Love dry ginger ale. And in terms of overseas things, I always like to do local, but Fever Tree make good things. I've got a few Fever Tree mixes in there as well. Sorry, Mimsy just appeared down by the fridge because I was opening the fridge. Like, are you getting food? Can I have some of it? No, Mimsy. That's my fridge so neatly packed. You only saw part of it. That is a second fridge. First fridge. Second fridge, which I actually bought during COVID. Bigger than there was already a fridge there, but it was much smaller. And that's bigger and more energy efficient. So that has my drinks and some food in it. Also, Kirsten, the Cappy prize was 4 bottles of tequila, was it? I thought you were just getting that. And you also got a KitchenAid, which you already have. Okay. Excited about the ice shaver attachment, I bet. And on command, here's Mimsy. Coming up to get some attention. I don't have any food for you. I really don't. I know you want it, but I don't have any. And so in disappointment, she'll jump down. Mimsy, you silly beastie. You silly, silly beastie. So an ice shaver on your KitchenAid. That sounds like you can do fun things with it. Very nice. What sort's it going to be? Does it do clear ice? Does it do pebble ice? Which ice machine is on your horizon? Yeah, she's still here. Go on, get down. Actually, you're really annoying. She's just perched on one of my thighs. Yes, I saw those ones. What was one of them was called as like burnt pineapple or smoked pineapple. That sounded really interesting. Yes, Fana, Kelsey. Thank you, Mrs. Slocum. You may be too young to get that reference. All right. Mimsy just jumped back up on my thigh. Hello. Weird bloody cat. The Broadway. Luxardo China. Vermouth Rye. Yes, that's another Manhattan variation. A brown sugar, a rum Manhattan, Mole bitters, sherry, Chinar, rye whiskey, and rum. See, some of these are sounding very like something I want to do and think, oh, yes, of course, the Cappy Margarita mix is part of the prize, and you got tequila to do it with. Nice. Nice, nice, nice. The Brunswick Complex Dark Bitter Manhattan. Sarsaparilla Tincture, Luxardo Maraschino, Moramaro, Campari, Fucca Campari, Sweet Vermouth, Bourbon. Man, that brown sugar one, though. I might do that. That's interesting. Okay, cafe con leche. Oh yeah, coffee. I'm not going to make something that's got coffee in it. Nettie, don't you know what Keithmas is? When Keith Richards stumbles into our backyard and falls face down, you have to leave a very strong whiskey out for him for when he wakes up. It's Keith Richards' birthday. I was just in a silly mood looking for a theme for this evening because it's Keith Richards' 79th birthday. I decided that makes it Keithmas. It's in a cameo, full version of a Sazerac. You have my attention. Cachaça, yellow chartreuse, pear brandy, vermouth de Torino, coco americano, apple brandy. Okay, that's getting seriously close. That's very much on the short list of things we're going to make. Yes. Nettie, see, if you've been bad little children, Keith Richards comes to your house to bum a drink. So, to stop him ransacking your kitchen, you leave a glass of whiskey in your backyard. And, Keith will visit you and drink the whiskey. If you don't leave whiskey out for him, he will break into your house and vomit in your toilet. So I'm inventing this on the fly. Oh, God, there's a Charlie Watts. That's a bit of synchronicity. Talking about Keith Richards, and I turn a page and there's a cocktail called a Charlie Watts. That has high proof rum, Batavia Arak, more rum. Lemon juice, syrup, pineapple juice, apricot juice, more rum, topped with soda. Modern tiki drink. Champino. Fernet Branca, green chartreuse, hot chocolate and Angostura cream. Detox Retox. Silky old fashioned with hints of coconut. Cachaça. Simple syrup. Pineapple rum. More rum. And scotch. Coconut water. Fresh coconut water. Don't use pasteurized. Said you'll want it pasteurized because pasteurized is best. Said Ernie, I'll be happy if it comes up to my chest. Okay, so I might stop looking at this point. Sherry China. Wait, which was the one that I was really the cameo? Right, I'm bookmarking the cameo. That's a hot favourite for going in the barrel. Yeah, no, Nettie, run with it. At this point, it's ours to make up the mythology. So you can come up with any rules around Keithmas. Keithmas folklore. I feel like sharing now. Seriously, Mimsy, get up there. Yeah. Mimsy's up here. Where was... Okay. Check these out. I was using the Dream AI art by Wombo to create a Keith Richard thumbnail for this stream. I thought they were pretty funny myself. I'll show them to you. So yeah, the prompts were just Keith Richard having a Christmas drink, and it did those for me. And I think there's one more actually. Oh yeah, this is like a longer distance one. Keith with his guitar and a Christmas tree. But then when it did these close-ups, I really liked them. So yeah. I suppose I'm not fully in the Keithmas spirit because I'm not wearing a Santa hat. I think that's part of Keithmas, wearing a Santa hat. He does look like he's in a dumpster. I think he's meant to be on a balcony. But yeah, he's looking pretty messy in all of them. But that's all part of the Keithmas spirit. What are you doing, Mimsy? Yeah? You going to settle down? Because I'm not giving you any food. No, I'm not. I'm definitely not. You know what I might do? Because I have a byproduct of that drink I just had. It's kind of low alcohol. But it's very red. I might have that with soda. That might be nice. Get a Cappy soda. Please be some plain soda left in here. There he is. I don't really want tonic. Not a huge fan of tonic, actually. Celtic King, I wouldn't be starting Cult of Keith. Been a Cult of Keith for quite a while, I think. Yes, that's another thing he could be doing there, Nettie, popping over the back fence. There. Now I have a bubbly drink. That's not bad. Oh, that's not bad. I don't mind that at all. When I had a Pepsi, I didn't drink. I'm not going to drink it now. Don't want to drink caffeine this close to bedtime. Yeah. Thank you, Dr. Abigail. Angry and Mimsy live on the stream. DRIKNING. Yeah. Maybe that should be part of the Keithmas tradition. You have to gather with your friends in a dumpster and have a drink. That seems Keithmas appropriate to me. Oh, and hello, cow hugging vegan. So what I've got here is a byproduct. I made a special Christmas martini. I stirred some, like my vermouth alternative, Coqui Rosa, which is like a red wine-based aperitif wine, which is sort of a cousin to vermouth. So I stirred some of that and some cherry liqueur and a couple dashes of cranberry bitters on ice. And then you strain that off, and then you put the gin on the ice and stir that, and then strain that into your glass. And there's just a little remnant of the red, both the flavor and the color. So you get this very nice light pink blush in your martini. Oh, and also news that may be of interest to you, Dr. Abigail. I stopped in at a Dan Murphy's the other day, and they had a tasting station set up for the Archie Rose. God, what is it? Essential Spirits? I've forgotten the name of it already. But for the new vodka and the new gin, and because I already have the gin, I know what that's like. So I had a taste of the vodka, and I think you would like it. It actually has a little bit of flavor, but it is quite smooth. It's very smooth. Thank you, Kirsten. Fundamental Spirits. So yeah, I just had a taste of the vodka because you know me, I'm extremely unlikely to buy vodka. I just wanted to know what it was like, and it's actually pretty good. I'm sad to hear you're still sick, Dr. Abigail. Needed a nap, woke up with a migraine. God damn it. That's not good. And cow hugging vegan, that's the question we have to ask ourselves every Keithmas. What kind of world are we going to leave for Keith Richards? He thought of drinking. I think Dr. Abigail would like it. Dr. Abigail is fond occasionally of just drinking straight vodka. This is a decent drinking vodka. None of that sort of paint stripper shit that you get with some vodkas. By Celtic King. I don't know what that is, but enjoy that video. Yeah, none of that sort of... Like all the big brands taste like shit as far as I'm concerned. I mean, Smirnoff, obviously, but even the ones that have a somewhat better reputation, I think broadly taste like shit. So we're probably up to 3 vodkas I've enjoyed drinking now. Crystal Head, which I only bought for the Skull decanter, but is, quite drinkable. And an Australian one called Vodka Zero or Vodka O. Probably the most neutral vodka I've ever tasted. And now the Archie Rose Fundamental thing. Okay, so Shoal is Jewish hell. Yes, it's not technically hell because Jewish people don't have that same concept of Christianity of a hell where you're sent to eternity for your sins. But I think most religions in history have had some version of the bad place that you might end up. The underworld, Gehenna, the abyss, the void, the bad place. Is that Sheol? Again, this is betraying my ignorance here, Mega Leech. I've been led to believe Jewish people didn't really have a concept of hell that equated to the Christian idea of hell. Oh dear. That's a big question, Dr. Abigail. It's kind of a thing that I've discussed before that has provoked at least mild surprise with some Christian people I conversed with, like, what keeps me leading a moral life? And it's just a desire to do well by other people, be a more positive than negative influence, and I don't need the threat of eternal damnation from that, or even a reward of paradise. I don't need either of those. I am choosing to be, broadly as good a person as I can be. So, Megaleech, sorry. The Old Testament word for the abode of the dead is Sheol. It's derived, as most scholars think, from a word meaning hollow. Hebrew mind Sheol is simply a state of abode of the dead. Okay, it's just the place of the dead. Darkness lies after death, not defined. Okay. Hey, trouble. Oh, jeez. That's the face of someone who wants to drink. You had a tough shift at work.
No, I finished at 6 and I went to the bar that's next to us because I got something out this.
Ah, nice.
I know I'm continuing my life.
You are. All right, I guess you might. What do you want?
What is that?
Well, a little bit of everything. The vodkas and the rums and the
Some vodka lemonade.
vodka lemonade.
Yeah.
I have to make up some lemonade, but that'll only take a second. Do you want lemonade, not another mixer?
Do you have any other mixes?
Oh, what do we got? Shiza. Passion fruits, orange mango.
Just passion fruit one.
Passion fruit?
Yeah.
Good old passiona.
Yeah.
Okay, all right, I'm going to make some sody water. First uppy. All right. Whoa. Instead of the suit. Now we pour out the filtered water. This may take a while. That's pretty fast from here. All right. Now, get ready for the screams of the Nazgul as I carbonate this. All right. Enough carbonation. Okay. Und now putting a bit of the passione in. Do-do-do-do-do. Do-do-do. All right. Put that in there. All right. Instant passiona. All right. Maybe a vodka. The unflavored one. Actually, the last of this one. Okay. Yes, Cowking Vegan. Some of are cursed with an actual conscience. And hey, Safa. Yes, anyone sensible doesn't like the Nazi football hooligans. Okay, we'll some of that. Measure out a bit of this. Yeah, Mimsy is leaning in a bit, isn't she? What she really wants is for me to give her something to eat. I don't have anything for you to eat. Gosh. Okay. Top that up a bit. There you go. There you go. Passion fruit vodka.
Thanks.
Enjoy. Why isn't cow's milk vegan? It is. Cowking Vegan will probably answer you, but my understanding is a lot of vegans won't use anything that exploits animals. And actually, the dairy industry is actually super fucked. It's not a good time for the cows most of their time in the dairy industry. I still remember feeling stupid when I realized, because I was reading somewhere, for cows to keep producing milk, they actually have to have been pregnant. And yeah, and it's obviously a really sort of abusive process that they put the cows through. And it hadn't occurred to me. And I actually felt quite stupid when I first realized that. I was like, yeah, of course mammals have to be pregnant or recently pregnant to produce milk. Good question, Megalich. I'd say the answer is yes. But of course, you're getting into a dangerous territory because, there's willing and there's people who feel like they don't have a choice but to say they're willing. So I'd say probably yes with an asterisk. It just got me thinking of Mad Max Fury Road now with the mother's milk. But yes. But yeah, it's the whole exploitation thing that for a lot of vegans rules out animal milk, honey. And if someone's super, super strict, their research into how various crops, and this is particularly fruits, research into how they've been produced because it's bees again, basically. Yes, there's a bit more detail. Yes, the dairy industry is actually fucked. And I say that I'm a hypocrite. I consume dairy products. Yeah. I guess I'm just a hypocrite. I can at least acknowledge that the dairy industry, particularly, it's like the bigger dairy producers are, broadly speaking, worse because they're just thinking, suffer. Ash Ketchum's leaving Pokemon. He's been 8 for 20 years now. And that is still conceptually still such a weird concept, the core concept of Pokemon, that 8-year-olds leave home, wander the countryside, collecting very dangerous animals, engaging in very dangerous combat, and on the regular, getting into violent conflict with criminal cartels. It's absolutely wild as a concept. Well, that's a fun one, Dr. Abigail. The dairy industry's acceptable pus content. Num 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 num. Yes, there is an outside but not totally remote chance the dairy industry will kill us all one day. Arguably, the poultry industry is more dangerous. We've had more of a history of avian flu jumping to humans. So, but factory farming generally presents a existential threat to humanity. I know, Alexander, what a discussion you walked in on. Yes, The Simpsons did start when the USSR was still around. Were they 35 years? The first season of The Simpsons is pretty ordinary, honestly. They hit their stride in the second season, and you know, I know the first 10 seasons were the best. But there's still some good ones a couple of years beyond that. But certainly, once you get to season 15, quality episodes are very thin on the ground. And considering it's continued for 20 years beyond that, that's quite the accomplishment. That's an excellent question. I'm going to go with yes. That's illegal to sell them. Now, for someone to provide you with it is not by definition illegal, but I think selling it, I'm almost sure that's completely illegal. And I think would be a combination of concern about exploitation and hygiene. Alexander, on a hospital weight management diet, milk, water, and no food. We've put you right off there. Well, yeah. Well, we've got to farm somehow, cow-hugging vegan. But yes, factory farming is pretty nightmarish. Nettie, a new cocktail, one that doesn't have citrus. Oh gosh, that's Mrs. Angry's problem. So I am always researching this, in fact. Cocktails without citrus. Again, Megaleech, there's a thing with exploitation that I think you'd find very difficult to get around with commercial production of human milk. So I think the idea of it being properly treated is not going to be big on the legality side of it. And yes, always an important point, cow-hugging vegan. Legality and morality are two different things. Both are subjective, but yes, many horrible things in history were legal. Yes, basically what the Nazis did during the whole Holocaust wasn't illegal. Protecting and hiding Jewish people from them was illegal. So, you know. I know, Dr. Abigail. Is he a bit too curious on this? What are we about to discover about our boy Megaleech? That's an excellent question. That is an excellent question. I wish there was someone who worked in government regulation for food safety who could answer that. Selling your own milk cooked into products in a small vegan shop. I'm sure people. It's legal to trade. It's legal for people to provide breast milk for you. It's just the commercial production and sale of human milk. I believe it would be illegal. I don't think there's any ground for legality there. Oh, neat. Your youngest was asking. Said you'd ask the next vegan. Well, there you go. It is vegan because there's full consent involved. But I think, again, that's one of the reasons why I couldn't ever see commercial production of human milk being legal, because it would instantly involve massive exploitation. I mean, there's exploitation now in a lot of places. Rich people using wet nurses to nurse their children. I have heard that one, Dr. Abigail. Cheese made from your own boob milk and yeast from your own vagina. I know she at least made yogurt. I don't know about cheese, but I'm sure I read that she at least made yogurt. All natural. So, you know. It's fucking plain, honey. Sorry, Heini was talking earlier about having seen something. Yes, Heine posted pictures to a UFO group on Reddit. Saw a weird thing when he took a photo. It looks almost exactly like a fighter jet. Oh, honey, sorry. I was just, okay. I'll actually share what I was talking about. Where are we? Okay, so Heine took a picture and then saw something that he thought was unusual, and he zoomed in. That looks very much like it's almost a silhouette of a fighter jet, certainly a plane, but you think it's an insect or a bird? Yeah, it's a thing. Yeah. And yes, Safa, Andy Serkis is 2 Star Wars characters now. Yeah, it's just because it's a blur, but I think it really looks like an F-35. Yes. No, I really like Andor and also Rogue One. It's my favorite Star Wars movie, just because instead of it being an epic hero story, it's about the people down in the mud who are just fucking dying. Oh no, honey, people on Reddit who are negative? Oh my God, I am shocked. Shocked, I tell you, that there are negative people on Reddit. Sarcasm. That's original. Make a one-off of one of these. I might do an O to V. What? Hello, Imsy. How are you? How are you doing? Yeah? Safa, I think Andor leaves every other Disney Star Wars series in the shade by a long fucking way. The Mandalorian's pretty good. Obi-Wan was okay. Boba Fett was just strange. I had a lot of difficulty understanding what the fuck they thought they were doing with Boba Fett. Andor is streets ahead of everything else. Mandalorian's pretty good. I do love Baby Yoda. But Andor's just like fucking streets ahead. That's fair, man. Megalich, you like Mando most. And that's fine. This is all just personal taste. Apart from, I would really go full on side eye at someone who said Book of Boba Fett was the best. I would have serious questions for anyone who said Book of Boba Fett was the best. I would just be like, oh. All right. Going to make Okay, I need to re-look at this recipe because it had a lot of ingredients. I'm gonna make one of it, and if I like it, I might make it in the barrel. So cachaça, chartreuse. I'm going to use eau de vie, vermouth, and apple brandy. Okay. Okay. Let's do it. All right. A lot of fucking ingredients here. Okay. It's cachaça. It's apple brandy. Get some vermouth out of the fridge. Right. And what else was in here? Oh no, Nettie's stomach giving you hell. Cake Americano, apple brandy, eau de vie. That's what I need. Actually, you know what it is? I'm going to use the barrel aged honey. No, that's whiskey. Is it this one? No, that's gin. I'm all over the shop here. Where did I put it? Where did I put it? Get your shit together, son. Oh wait, is it over here? No, I'm looking on the wrong shelf. Right. Better get yourself a lawyer, son. Better get a real good one. All right. All right. I'm going to put a bit more ice in the mixing glass. Okay. Turn this around while I make it. Okay. All right. Hello. All right. So. Oh, I didn't get the yellow chartreuse. First cocktail with my newly purchased yellow chartreuse. Okay. Yeah, I can stand up because the camera's pointing at me here.
Oh, is it? Sorry.
That's okay. Quarter. Yeah. Half. Cachaça chartreuse. Okay. Cachaça. It's for a tan sort of thing here. Yeah, I tell you what, you're going to do that. I'm going to go back around here. Let you make your dessert over there. We're going back over here now. All right. Okay. So, what are we doing? Bringing stuff over here. My mixing glass. And now, okay. To getting that glug, glug, glug from a new bottle. It's a fun noise. So yes, Nettie, if you still want to drink a cocktail, but not get upset tummy or heartburn from the citrus, you want to go into like the family, the old fashioned, the Manhattan, the martini. You want to go those types of things. Where did I put the friggin' book? I managed to distract myself. Okay. Half ounce eau half, 3/4 of an ounce of Coca Americano. Half ounce of this. Right. All right. I'm gonna do half ounce of this. All right. Okay. That milk. We pop. Another one from the Dan Murphy's sour bin. And finally, no, I don't have any food for you, Mimsy. And finally, 1 ounce of, wait, have I not opened this? I have not opened this. This is a replacement bottle of apple brandy. All right. So there's the second one we're going to get glug glug from, but we get our first pop. Well, that was very gentle. And the second bottle we got a glug 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 from. Okay. That's all the ingredients. And I'm going to have this in a rocks glass. A big chunk of ice. Because that's the way, I like it. Okay. Right. Going to refill this ice cube tray. It's not food, Minzy, okay? It's not food. Stop staring at me with such fixation. All right. Okay. So, I'm back. It's me again once more. I'm back. Okay, and speaking of back, Mimsy's back too because she thinks so. Okay, I'm going to switch the microphone off for a second as the ice stirring makes a noise that's a bit harsh for anyone wearing headphones. So I guess this is basically a complicated Manhattan variation. No citrus in this one, Nettie. So technically I shouldn't really serve it on ice, but that's just what I'm doing. I'll put a garnish in. Which again, you wouldn't necessarily do for a Manhattan. But this be how I'm doing things. Orange zest. That in there. And I'm going to have a cherry just because I like to treat myself. Because I'm special and I deserve it. Well, it's getting real challenging to spear one now. There's only a few left in here. They move around a lot. Stab. I might have to get a spoon. Oh, I thought I had one then. Slippery little sucker. Got one. All right. All right. Cargan fee, yeah. Considering many wild animals consume fermented fruit on the ground, if alcohol is well, popular folklore is that's where humans got the idea for controlled making of alcohol. They saw animals eating fermented fruit and then acting weird. And so they tried it themselves and it was weird. And over a long enough period, they developed specific methods to cultivate alcohol. Because we don't have any real evidence of that, but it makes sense. And that goes for coffee and droogs as well. Seeing animals eat coffee beans and then start pinging all over the place. Eat opium poppies and fall asleep because of the narcotic effect. That's popularly supposed. That's where we discovered those things, by seeing animals do it naturally. Okay, closing up. So, that sounds like a good one, honey. Doesn't agree to send you jokes about 9/11. Oh dear. No hiding from God. You're both going to hell. Fair enough. Megaleech, I think that's overstated. I know it was a popular thing. People said that at various points in history, drinking beer was safer than drinking water. I have also read historians pointing out from their perspective that's absolute bullshit, and there is no evidence to support it, and there is abundant evidence that people learned how to store drinking water that was mostly safe. Oh, Cargill, I think we just have to look at chimps and great apes to get a solid idea of humans in their natural state. It's after drinking green apple cider. Interesting. Oh, that's quite nice. That is actually quite nice. It's very bright. That's not bad at all. It's not bad, Mimsy. Not bad at all. Sookie cat getting a chin scratch. So for the chimps on the news, were those the ones who escaped from a zoo enclosure and so got shot? Because chimps are actually super fucking dangerous. Adult chimps, really fucking large and violent. I know it's a different story. Farmers doing deforestation, crashing on land. Yeah, well, that's a thing humans do. That was in Uganda. Okay. There was a zoo somewhere where a whole bunch of chimps got out of their enclosure, and the chimps got shot because they're too high risk to try and catch, apparently. So they just shot them. Although see, okay, here's the thing, cow hugging vegan. There have been throughout human history many absolutely horrific zoos, but and I think this can be a difficult question. I believe people getting exposed to animals in zoos has played a big part of public awareness of the need for conservation. And I know zoos actually put this argument up, that you can make the argument that zoos have actually been instrumental in a huge range of conservation efforts. I think it's a difficult topic, though. Well, here's the thing. I didn't read the story, Megaleech. I just sort of got the highlights that they'd shot them. It could be they didn't have tranq guns handy, and they did have live firearms, which is a little disturbing, and the chimps were just moving really fast. I don't really know how they justified it. It does remind me... I think it was a large bear in a zoo, like clearly dangerous large bear in a zoo, got out of its enclosure, and it had climbed up a tree. And they're also around it, and they did trank it, but there's something about it just looked hilarious. Like the bear's going, fuck off, fuck off, fuck off. And ow, what'd you do that? You bastards, fuck you, I'll get you. And then it just goes out like a light and just does this dead fall out of the tree and just it was okay, it was fine, but to me there was something quite funny in the way the bear that had been really agitated just unconscious, boofed. And yes, the lions in Taronga didn't get out of their enclosure, but they have like a double fence thing, and they did get past the first fence, so as a precaution they sent everyone into the safe zones. You want to meet a bear in the Siberian forest? That sounds dangerous. That sounds very dangerous. I am ranking this as pretty good. Man, those apple flavors are coming through. It's very bright and yum, actually. No, this is getting a thumbs up. I might make this in the barrel. Celtic King, have you missed much? Oh, well, we're just talking the usual things that we're talking. So that's the cameo. Thanks for that, Mimsy. Just fucking jumping on me like that. Do not dig claws in, you little shit. Dr. Kananga, Maito variation. I'm going to do that because it's got lots of juice in it. And I don't know that juice goes well in the barrel. Doyers Street, Saint-Germain, China Amir, Dry Vermouth, Rye Whiskey. It's another Manhattan variation. Bitter orange Manhattan. You know what? I want a brandy drink, I think. El Tigre. An egg. Well, I'm not putting anything with an egg in the barrel. I'm pretty sure I'll kill myself. Five Families Frank. Luxardo Maraschino. Zucca Amaro. Verna Amaro. Cricket. Oh, Jesus, it's lots of Amaro. En Maison. Japanese whiskey, old-fashioned with coffee, maple, and salt. Ugh. So many of these drinks are coffee. I don't like coffee. They need to take me into account when they make this. So this is Dr. Abiel tried to call your eldest son worker, answered using the term bro. Oh, wow. Yeah, just people who reflexively say bro, lads, man, yeah. Oh no, Kirsten, you're going away on Wednesday, so you can't stock up on snacks. That is a bit grim. And yes, Justin, just 1 week to Christmas. Yeah, going vegan. That's the thing I always say to Americans as well. We don't fucking have bears or cougars who will stalk you and kill you and eat you. You know, the closest we have are sharks and crocodiles, and you have to fucking go in their territory. Now, admittedly, the people who get attacked by bears and cougars go into their territory as well, but these, you know, they're staying on land. You have to go into the fucking water to be at risk in Australia. A Fortune but okay. 40 Thieves. A whiskey sour. Well, we're not doing that. A Foxtrot. A Rye Mai Tai with tropical fruit. Goodness. Oh, not doing that. A Jive Turkey. Saint-Germain. Amaro. Dry Vermouth. Buffalo Trace Vermouth. Wild Turkey 101. So that's a Manhattan with an Amaro and a Dry Vermouth and a Saint-Germain. Well, it's another possibility. A Sazerac variation. Oh, fuck off with you. These guys put coffee in so much. Oh no, snacks are in the holiday box. And husband won't let you read it. That's harsh. That is absolutely harsh. Creme de cacao, Averna, Aquavit, rye whiskey. Fucking coffee, honestly. All right, Kingsman, banana, Chum Agricole, brown butter falernum, sherry, rye whiskey, Geneva. Ooh, cereal malt old-fashioned with banana. So that's actually a mix of rum, sherry. Oh, man, okay, they're getting into territory that I want to try. Safa was a test over in 2 days. That doesn't happen very often. In the olden days, like before I was born, test matches used to go on until everybody was out. So the batters would bat extremely defensively. Sometimes the test matches lasted a couple of weeks. I forget when they changed it to 5 days. But yeah, you could be out there for ages. And they decided that that wasn't sustainable. And they changed the rules to make a test match last 5 days. Maximum. Little Dragon. Complex old-fashioned. Aquavit Geneva. Cacao nib infused cognac. Taiwanese plum vinegar. Holy shit. Maybe I might try something with vinegar. I don't have plum vinegar. Got some apple cider vinegar, I think. Little Red Rooster. That's a sour. We don't want that. A rum Manhattan. Strega. Sherry. Aquavit. Rum. Absinthe rinse. Yeah, yes. So apparently, Dr. Abigail, if you miss the cricket today, you miss the cricket because it's over now, rather than going for another 3 days. Manhattan Milk Punch, Amaro, whiskey, rum, pineapple juice, and vermouth. Don't think I've done a clarified Manhattan, actually. Mass Appeal. Syrup, lemon juice, we don't want that. A matchlock. A zombie variation. Ginger, vanilla. So lots of potential things. A minor bird. We have minor birds here. What's it? Mole bitters, creme de cacao, dark rum, Campari, fuck you Campari, sweet vermouth, rum. Flavors of a jungle bird. But no citrus. That's an interesting one. What's an original sun? Lemon juice. North Sea oil. What a crap name for a drink. Triple sec, Scotch, Kirky Americano, Aquavit. These guys love Aquavit. All right, there's definitely stuff in there. So, okay, there's stuff in there for inspiration. I'll do it another day. Justin, Christmas in the Angry Household. Low fucking key, my friend. We're very chill about it. My offspring will probably spend some time at their grandparents' place. But we will just be very chill. Oh, God. Celtic King, you know people who watch the same match of cricket over and over again. Good Lord. Yeah, some people are pretty obsessive. Rays, what's up? Okay. I am deciding this is pretty good. No, this could be this one. This is pretty good. Okay. Yeah, I think that one might go really well in a barrel, actually. No, I won't do it tomorrow because I'm actually going into the office tomorrow. Bleh. So I could do it tomorrow night. How many massages on the Discord? I do not. Okay. That's so good. Ooh, Rays. Got a coffee pod machine. Love pushing buttons. 8 cups of coffee later. Dang. I'm not a coffee drinker at all. I don't like the flavor of coffee. But I think you can do hot chocolate on those machines. Yes, you missed me complaining as I was going through that cocktail recipe book, the number of their recipes that have coffee in them. I'm going, let's put these guys in their fucking coffee. Not a fan. Don't like it. Yes. Sorry, I love that. You hate the flavor of coffee, but love pushing the buttons. Dude, I can't fault that. I just cannot fault that. That's absolutely legit. So yes, tomorrow, Monday, going into the office. This is probably the last time I'm going into the office for 3 weeks. Because I don't think I'll go in the rest of the week. Because no one's going to fucking be there. And then I'm off for 2 weeks. And I'm back. So I'll go back in on that Monday. Which was... Oh, are you thinking this is whiskey? It isn't. It is... It's brandy, actually. This is a brandy-based drink. Variation on a cameo that has cachaça, which is... God, I always get these mixed up. One of them is a type of brandy, these South American drinks. And one of them is a type of rum, basically. I think cachaça is brandy. Yellow chartreuse. Some eau de vie, vermouth, and brandy. It's very yummy. Anyway. Fork. Sorry, I just dropped a thing there. Oh, Celtic King, coffee snobs, wine snobs, whiskey snobs. Obsessive people who argue are very weird. So Ray's had to switch to coffee, pre-workout energy drinks, causing it hard to go into overdrive. Oh, no. Dr. Abigail. Yes, I did fucking read that, and it was very unsettling. Apparently a significant weakness in the crossovers between MyGov and the Australian Tax Office. And this poor woman, through no fault of her own, had these people basically take over her ATO accounts. And they're essentially claiming all these things to get, you know, thousands of dollars in tax deductions, and it's nothing to do with her. Oh, now I just feel compelled to look up because it annoys me that I always forget. Cachaça. A beverage. Fermented... Oh, no, that's rum. It's made from fermented sugarcane juice. So cachaça is essentially a white rum. And pisco's a brandy. Okay. And yes, Rays, there's very big risk with the shenanigans between MyGov and ATO. It's a very disconcerting story. It's basically this woman was doing her tax, and her tax accountant is looking at her online records and said, "Oh, congratulations on the successful sale of the Footscray property." And she's like, "Fucking what? I don't own a Footscray property, let alone having sold one." He's going, "Well, that's what it says here." And then, delving into it, and these people had put through a whole bunch of fraudulent claims. This was this year, I believe, Safa. She thought it was tied into the Optus hack. So, but yeah, it's quite an involved story, and the various parties, the bank, the ATO, MyGov, none of them are really admitting what went wrong. So, oh, yeah, that's the thing, Ray's getting a visa for travel, all the stuff you have to provide. Yeah. It's fucked up, yo. It is. It's a real fucking drama. Ugh. Justin, the Catch Me If You Can guy is still a fucking fraud. Is still it's ridiculous that he's given any sort of credibility. I've seen the articles where he's giving all these talks and whatnot. The guy is just inherently a fucking fraud. And that's the thing. She wasn't actually hacked. It was some weakness or multiple weakness between MyGov and ATO. Very disconcerting. Oh, I'm a Medibank customer, Safa, so I'm having heaps of fun. It's been confirmed that all my identifying details was put up on the dark web for sale. So that's fun. So I have to watch out for things like this happening, people trying to open lines of credit in my name. But they'd have to change my address on the applications, and I have two-factor authentication on everything to do with my banks and whatnot. So if someone tried to change anything, I would theoretically get a notice. Hi, Liam. I'm going fine. How are you going? But yes, it's very, very troubling, the number of poorly maintained systems in the world. And in terms of attempted break-ins, cyber hacks and whatnot, that can be misleading because globally, every day, there are probably hundreds of millions, at least, attempts, but the overwhelming majority of them, like 90 to 99% of them, are what we call door rattling attacks. It's the equivalent of someone just going house to house, trying the front door to see if someone's forgot to lock their door. And if they find one that's not locked, in they go and steal shit. And so, yes, well over 90% of the attempted cyber attacks are the digital equivalent of door rattling. They're just running scripts that look for the most basic security flaws in websites and servers and whatnot. The equivalent of not locking your front door, basically. Oh, you haven't been well, Liam? Good to hear you're getting better, though. Yes, it's basically a very complicated world we live in. And we don't have a lot of control over a lot of the things that happen. So, it's a goddamn fucking thing is what it is. It's in the fridge. Yeah, things in the fridge. A little sip of something before bedtime. My whiskey apple liqueur. A little bit. Okay, and put that back. Oh, that's just reminding me. I made a mango syrup the other day. I haven't used it yet. I'll have to find an excuse to use my mango syrup at some point. Okay, Liam, that is a scary sounding name. Sick with Helicobacter pylori. That sounds very disconcerting. So, Ray, forgot to tell me. Nuts, Knobhead, Patrick O'Sullivan, Sticky Melbourne, Drunk the Night. Oh, yeah, no. There's that whole crowd of people, which are hopefully, because they've taken their shit too far, particularly with shooting those cops, just the lunatic fringe conspiracy fuckos that the Nazis were all encouraging, and the fuckos who stormed the soccer game. It's kind of like maybe the cops will take far-right extremism seriously. Maybe. Listen, we don't need more cops. We don't need more cop powers. We don't need more surveillance. We just need cops to gloss over the fact that it's their friends that are in these Nazi groups. It's that old joke about, why don't the cops arrest more of these Nazis? It's like the same reason you don't see Bruce Wayne and Batman in the same room. The world we live in, huh? So if you call me crazy, but I believe right-wingers are attracted to things like cops and the military. And that is, essentially the point I was making, Dr. Abigail. Yes, they are. I mean, we've seen them at rallies fucking high-fiving these fucking Nazis. Raise the Northern Terrace almost wasn't far right. Oh, no, sorry, Raise. I don't know how much you know. The Australian soccer fandom has an incredibly serious Nazi problem. And guys who trace back their Eastern European, Central European heritage, and they have deeply bigoted viewpoints, and they've been waving Nazi symbols and doing Nazi salutes at the games. There is actually a really serious Nazi problem in Australian soccer's fans. So, the people, the governing body for Australian soccer are going to have to take some of this shit a bit more seriously. Yeah, okay, you're amongst fandom. Yeah, I don't believe they have stamped it out, not based on available evidence. And yes, cow-hugging vegan. Kanye got so detached from reality, he just actively stated how much he loved Hitler and the Nazis. We live in very strange times. Or very shitty times. Maybe that's a better way to put it. But I've got Pimsy trying to get out the sliding door. She managed it. Okay, that's enough of that. I think, should I eat my garnishes off my martini glass? My Santa and Rudolph on my martini glass. I strictly Sega. Liam, have I ever watched Bad Santa? Yeah, it's mildly amusing. It's a fun concept, and Billy Bob Thornton is quite funny. Just the idea of a mall Santa being an horrifically bad person is quite entertaining. I'm going to eat the little sugar Santa. Don't really know why I'm eating it. Just like sugar that doesn't even taste that nice. Rudolph. Heine, AI, or to be more accurate, machine algorithmic based learning is very complex. It's extremely hard to predict what will happen in the future. But I mean, badly programmed AI, to shorthand it, will do bad things. God, Dr. Abigail, it does sound like you're very sick. Heat up canned soup and ate it, and now you're exhausted. But at least, okay, glass half full, you heated up some canned soup and ate it, even if it exhausted you. And yes, Rays, they have to get a bit more serious about who they're banning from the things. But yes, there is a very serious problem with some very, very bad people. Is Tony Cox the elf? I don't remember anyone else's name in it. Yummy. Really like cider cherries. Well, Liam had this conversation on someone else's live stream today. I don't know if it's makes me a stereotype, but I don't like Christmas movies. There isn't a Christmas movie I give a shit about. All right, yes, there's the little guy from Me, Myself, and Irene. Okay. Dr. Bear with a hot take. Okay, well, that's creative. If you said to drink lemonade, flavor it with gin. Yeah, there you go. I don't mind Die Hard. Like everyone go, what Christmas movies do you watch at Christmas? None of them. I don't watch Die Hard. I don't watch any of the schmaltzy Christmas movies. You'll die on that hill. Will you die hard on that hill? There was a really funny, nonsensical Rick and Morty where like terrorists attacked this amusement arcade, and Rick's busy in this simulated game trying to rescue Morty, and that's fine. But this guy's like basically doing a Die Hard, and Rick tells Summer she has to handle it. Just do a Die Hard. She's going, what the fuck is a Die Hard? I'm 16. I haven't watched this fucking movie. And Rick's like, yeah, well, neither did the guy in Die Hard, so you're fine. Go for it. And so her version of doing a Die Hard is running around with a gun, blasting people, going, Die Hard, Die Hard. Ooh, doing your hair on Christmas, watching Die Hard. Nice. I had the equivalent of Xmas smoothies. Made some shorts for my cocktail channel, or versions of eggnog, basically. Justin, they make new shitty Christmas movies every year. Don't you worry about that. There is an excess of shitty Christmas movies. I don't think I've ever sat through Scrooged. I've seen bits of it. Was it Ryan? Deadpool. Why have I forgotten his name? He and Will Ferrell were doing some piss take of Christmas Carol supposed to come out. I haven't seen it, is it? Yes, Heine, yippee-ki-yay, motherfucker is probably the funniest line in the movie in context. Thank you, Ryan Reynolds. My brain stopped working. Yes, the overwhelming evidence, strictly Sega, is both Bill Murray and Chevy Chase are awful people. Chevy Chase I didn't care about because I've never liked him. Very unsettling to hear long history of absolutely appalling behavior from Bill Murray. He gets away with it. Although there've been New Year's Eve specials for the last couple of years, but I always watch all Doctor Who. So, yes. So the short answer is, as much as I feel like I'm being a stereotype, I don't watch Christmas movies. I don't watch Christmas movies at Christmas. I just watch whatever I'm going to watch. That's all cool, Liam. You like Santa Claus and Home Alone? Home Alone happens at Christmas. Christmas doesn't feature that much in it. Whereas Die Hard, they draw a lot of attention to the fact it's like Christmas Eve. We also had this conversation the other day, Justin. The only people who have successfully waged war, actually, and then I have to correct myself every time I say this, but in Western nations, the only people who've successfully waged war on Christmas have been Christians. The communists, obviously, did a pretty good job too. Tricky say you're kind of over Christmas at 43. Kids are at their mums, etc. Yeah, well, like my offspring are adults. We take it well easy. No, Heine, the bad behavior from Bill Murray is on set, and the bad behavior from Bill Murray appears to be extremely fucking bad. Liam, I like Gremlins. Again, I don't rewatch it. I certainly don't rewatch it at Christmas. I think Gremlins was fun. And Gremlins 2, I thought was hilarious. The referencing all the stuff from Gremlins and Gremlins 2 was funny. Oh my God, your son went to watch Die Hard in a cinema. Private screening at Northcote. Wild. So for Bill Murray's and Ghostbusters, it's not. Oh, I guess that was a little bit of a spoiler, but it's been out for ages. Ghostbusters Afterlife was okay. Seemed completely unnecessary. I still say the all-female Ghostbusters is the best Ghostbusters movie, and this possibly sacrilegious take. The original Ghostbusters is not great. It mostly coasts on Bill Murray. Ghostbusters 2 is a steaming pile of shit. So I think the all-female Ghostbusters is pretty good. So Bill Murray's allegedly behaved inappropriately on his latest film. The fuck is this doing this for? Film called Being Mortal was suspended. He was accused of exhibiting inappropriate behavior on set. Several people over the years have accused him of being verbally and physically violent behind the scenes. 2003, what about Bob producer Laura Ziskin told the Times Murray threatened to throw her across the parking lot and broke her sunglasses and threw them across the parking lot. Who cares what Chevy Chase says, honestly. May 2008, costume designer Jennifer Butler filed for divorce from Murray. Accused him of abandonment, infidelity, and abuse. Charlie's Angels director McGee said Murray headbutted him. Richard Dreyfuss described Murray as a drunken bully. Lucy Liu said he was abusive and racist. So, yes, he has somewhat of a track record. So, we'll say again, it's completely fair to be obsessed by Ghostbusters 2 when you're at school, Strictly Sega. Good night, Kirsten. Oh, I'm going good night roundabout now too. So yes, basically, Bill Murray has a long history of people alleging him being verbally and physically abusive. See, Strictly Sega, I'm hard-pressed to not make a joke here. Seth Green says Bill Murray plucked him up, dangled him over a rubbish bin, saying that's where the trash goes. Not completely sure Bill Murray's wrong there. Shouldn't have physically done stuff. Liam, AZ actually joined the stream for a while on Friday. He's actually extremely unwell, but he shows up sometimes. Oh gosh, you need people to convince you not to spend money on art supplies or give you money for art. Either convince you to not spend money or give you more money to it. This is like me saying I need people to convince me not to spend more money on booze. Actually, no, I was about to tell a complete lie and say I've actually been pretty good. But I bought a couple things in the last month on spec. So I'm actually quite bad. But that's the way it goes. And I'll be in the city tomorrow, and I'll be tempted by the Dan Murphy sale bin. Because I did notice they had a sale bin. The other thing. Oh, pretty. Oh, nice. Okay, well, if our parts for tech support are arriving, we need to coordinate when actually and now I'm not in any rush. I want you to look after yourself and fully recover, not feel like you're compelled to do any of the tech support on any particular timetable. But we'll work that out when we have a tech support day and or night. Chicken say you're going to take a year off buying movies because you have a backlog. In my I've got a bunch of DVDs I haven't watched. So, I haven't even bought any in fucking 2 years. Still got a bunch of friends. Yeah, you need to take proper time to recover. Absolutely don't feel like there's any timeline on tech support. So, yeah. But we'll do it sometime. We'll work out, what's the best way, what works, all that sort of thing. So, and having said that, I might pack some shit. I've got bottles everywhere. I only made 2 drinks tonight, and that's resulted in bottles being everywhere. Und so, I am going to sign off and clean these bottles up before I go to bed. And that will be that. And I will probably be back for another stream on Tuesday night. We shall see. That's nominally the plan. We'll see what happens there. It was a good session. I will just do shit. So you all take care. I will see you another time, whether it be Tuesday or another time. Take care in the meantime.